Before we were here, the world was different. Tonight we walk quietly through Cretaceous Patagonia. If this finds you tonight, subscribe and tap the bell. Each night, a new ancient world will find you again. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the ancient world carry you to sleep. Most of us know Tyrannosaurus rex by name, the famous apex predator of North America, a creature whose image lives in every museum, whose silhouette lives in every child's imagination. But Tyrannosaurus rex did not yet exist. Not for another 30 million years. Tonight we walk somewhere older than T-Rex. Somewhere quieter, somewhere further south. Tonight we walk in Patagonia. 99 million years ago. The continent of South America is alone. Separated from Africa for 40 million years. Separated from North America by warm Caribbean seas, a continent of its own, drifting quietly south. Here, the land is warm and seasonal. Wide braided rivers cut through the floodplain. Conifers grow tall along the riverbanks. Ferns and cycads carpet the open understory. Dust hangs in the late afternoon light. The sky is a pale, hazy amber. The air smells of resin, mud, and grass. This is the Cenomanian age of the Cretaceous, a warm world without polar ice. A world where sauropods walk in long herds. A world where flowering plants are still new. The first flowers bloom in the conifer shade. Small mammals scurry through the leaf litter. Insects hum in the warm Patagonian dusk. And somewhere, just out of sight, an apex walks. An apex bigger than the famous T-Rex. An apex older than the famous T-Rex. An apex almost no one tonight remembers. Tonight, we walk with the forgotten one. Tonight, you sleep beside the larger ghost. Its name is Giganotosaurus carolinii, the giant southern lizard of Carolinii. Named for Reuben Carolini, a local sportsman, who in 1993 found a bone. A fossil bone in the dry hills of Patagonia. Within the rocks of the Candelaros Formation, within the dust of a long-buried floodplain. He brought the bone to the museum in Plaza Juncal. Paleontologists Coria and Salgado examined it, and in 1995 they described it. A new theropod in the journal Nature. Larger than any theropod from North America. Larger by some measures than Tyrannosaurus rex. Older by 30 million years than T-Rex. And almost no one outside science knew its name. For decades, the world had imagined T-Rex as the largest meat-eating dinosaur to ever live. But the largest had already lived and gone. Long before T-Rex even appeared on Earth. long before North America had its own apex. Here in Patagonia, the giant had already walked. And here, tonight, we walk slowly behind it. Imagine the Patagonian floodplain at dusk. The sun is low above the conifer line. Long shadows fall across the dry riverbed. A breeze moves the ferns in slow waves. Far in the distance, a low rumble carries. The footfall of something large, walking. 12 meters of bone, muscle, and quiet purpose. 7 tons of slow, deliberate weight. Each footstep presses deep into the soft mud. Each breath is slow, measured, almost silent. A head taller than a 2-story house. A skull longer than a tall human is. Jaws lined with serrated, blade-like teeth. Eyes set forward, scanning the dusk for movement. This is Giganotosaurus, walking through its world. It does not know it is forgotten. It does not know T-Rex will come later. It does not know it once dwarfed the famous king. It only knows the slow rhythm of evening. The smell of the river, the taste of warm air. The quiet pulse of an enormous heart. A heart strong enough to push blood 7 meters. From its chest to the tip of its skull. A heart designed for slow, patient endurance. A predator built not for speed, but for power. Tonight, it walks slowly along the riverbank. Tonight, it is not yet hungry. Tonight, it simply moves through Patagonia. Through a world far older than human memory. A world so old, T-Rex is still distant future. A world so old that the Atlantic is still narrow. A world where the Andes have not yet risen. A world where the Pampas do not yet exist. Only this floodplain and these warm rivers. Only these conifers and this slow giant. Let your breath settle into its slow rhythm. Let your shoulders fall the way the dusk falls. Let your thoughts soften the way the light softens. The Cretaceous evening is gentle in Patagonia. A pterosaur glides low above the river. Its long wings catch the last warm light. A small butroraptor rustles through the ferns. A feathered, sickle-clawed cousin of later raptors. No bigger than a tall, standing crane. It hunts insects, lizards, and small mammals. It ignores the giant Giganotosaurus entirely. The giant is not interested in small game. The giant is built for larger work. The giant is built for sauropods. For the long-necked walking mountains of meat that graze the floodplain in immense slow herds. Among them, the largest of all, Argentinosaurus, 35 meters from nose to tail. 70 or more tons of living biomass. A creature so large it bends the floodplain trees. A creature so heavy it leaves footprint pools. Pools that will fill with rainwater overnight. Pools that small reptiles will drink from at dawn. But tonight, Argentinosaurus is far in the distance. Tonight, the giant Giganotosaurus walks alone. Tonight, the slow hunt is still days away. For now, the river is the focus. The cool water at the end of a warm day. The mineral salt on the smooth river stones. A pterosaur calls once, then falls silent. A herd of small Andosaurus moves in the distance. Mid-sized Tyrannosaurs browsing the conifer shoots. They are not the largest sauropods of this place. They are not the smallest either. They are something in between, walking quietly. Their long necks rise and fall with each step. Their long tails swing slowly behind them. Their bodies make low, almost musical sounds. Deep rumblings, half felt rather than heard. Communication across the long Patagonian distance. Communication older than birds, older than song. The Giganotosaurus listens, but does not react. It is too far, and the herd is too alert. Hunting Andosaurus would mean a long chase. Hunting would mean leaving this quiet river. Tonight, the giant chooses rest over hunger. It lowers its great head slowly to drink. Cool river water passes between its blade teeth. Cool river water washes across its long tongue. A few drops fall from the corner of its jaw. They patter softly on the wet sand below. The sound is so small in this vast place. Patagonia is enormous, and the giant is alone. Alone in the sense that you are tonight. Alone, but surrounded by a quiet living world. Alone, but breathing in time with everything else. The river hums on, the conifers sway gently. The first stars appear in the deepening sky. The blue hour begins to settle on Patagonia. Cool air drifts down from the western hills. The hills that will one day become the Andes. But that is a future too distant to imagine. For now, they are only soft, low ridges. For now, the floodplain spreads east, unbroken. For now, the Atlantic is a narrow young sea, just east of where the giant walks tonight. Tonight, the world is small, warm, and quiet. Tonight, the giant lifts its head from the river. Water drips from its lower jaw in slow ropes. It turns toward the conifer line, breathing softly. Its long tail swings, balancing each step, counterweight to its massive forward head. A design refined over millions of slow years. Engineered by selection, not by any hand. Engineered by quiet generations of giant theropods. Engineered for the work of being an apex. Of standing at the top of a quiet food web. In a continent that has no rival predator. No T-Rex, no Allosaurus of equal scale. Only Giganotosaurus and its close family cousins, the Carcharodontosaurids of the southern continent. Tonight, you walk with one of them. Tonight, you walk with the larger forgotten king. How large is the Giganotosaurus exactly? 12 to 13 meters long from snout to tail, roughly the length of a city bus. Roughly the length of a humpback whale calf. 7 to 8 tons of body mass. Heavier than the average adult African elephant. Heavier than a fully loaded city tour bus. Standing roughly 4 meters tall at the hip. Higher than a basketball hoop above the floor. A creature of measurable, almost cinematic scale. How does this compare to the famous T-Rex? Tyrannosaurus rex stood at similar shoulder height. Tyrannosaurus weighed roughly 8 to 9 tons. Tyrannosaurus reached around 12 meters in length. On weight alone, the two were almost matched. On length, Giganotosaurus held a slight edge, but the difference grows around the skull. The Giganotosaurus skull measured 1.6 meters, roughly the height of an average woman. A bone box longer than most adult humans are tall. Tyrannosaurus carried a skull near 1.5 meters, similar in scale, but slightly shorter and thicker. Giganotosaurus carried more length and less mass. Lighter bones, longer jaws, less bone-crushing power, but more cutting reach with every careful bite. A bone fact often forgotten is worth pausing on. Spinosaurus, the river-spined fisher of North Africa, may have been longer still than Giganotosaurus, reaching perhaps 14 meters along the river. So Giganotosaurus is the second largest theropod. Among the theropods we have confidently measured, Spinosaurus longer, Giganotosaurus heavier and stronger, a different kind of apex than the river fisher. A land-based sauropod hunting, open country giant, still larger than Tyrannosaurus rex of North America. Still older than Tyrannosaurus by 30 million years. Still almost unknown to the casual viewer tonight. Tonight, we settle into the scale of this animal. Try to picture a creature this large beside you. Not in fear, but in slow, quiet curiosity. A neck as thick as an old oak tree. A chest broad enough to shelter a small car. Forearms small and quick, almost vestigial in scale. Each forearm tipped with 3 short curved claws. Hind limbs heavy, the thigh bones longer than yours. Calves muscular, designed for long, slow strides. 3-toed feet pressed broad into the soft mud. A long balancing tail holding the body steady. The tail accounts for nearly half its total length. Without it, the giant would tip forward instantly. With it, the giant glides forward in slow balance. Skin most likely a textured, scaled, leathery hide. Mottled in browns, ochres, and dusty olive tones. Designed for the open Patagonian floodplain camouflage. Some traces suggest tiny embedded armor scales, almost certainly without feathers on the large adult. different from many feathered raptors of its age. Different from the famous Tyrannosaurs to come. Tyrannosaurs may have had patches of soft down. The giant likely walked in scaled, leathery skin, a creature of warm sun, not cold mountain air, a creature of open ground, not dense forest. Now imagine the skull, brought close for study. The lower jaw is long, slender, and narrow. The upper jaw is deep and broad above it. The teeth are not the thick pegs of T-Rex. The teeth are flattened, serrated, and blade-shaped, curved gently backward like long steak knives. Each tooth as long as a tall human's hand. Each edge lined with fine, sharp serrations. Each serration tuned for cutting flesh, not bone. This is the signature of the Carcharodontosaurids, a family name meaning shark-toothed lizards, because the teeth resemble those of a great white shark, designed not to grip, not to crush, but to slice, to open long, slow, bleeding wounds in soft hide, to let large prey weaken over many slow hours. Compare this to Tyrannosaurus rex of North America. T-Rex carried thick, banana-shaped, bone-crushing pegs, designed to bite through bone and ligament, designed to immobilize prey in a single deep grip, a puncture and hold predator, not a slasher. Giganotosaurus is the opposite kind of hunter. A slasher, a wounder, a patient bleed-it-down hunter, each predator suited to its own world. T-Rex hunted smaller, armored, bone-rich prey, animals with bone-rich heads and protective frills. Giganotosaurus hunted sauropods with long, soft necks, animals whose mass made bone-crushing unnecessary. A long, slow cut was enough to do the work. The bite force itself, by best estimates today, was lower than the bite force of Tyrannosaurus rex, perhaps less than half of what T-Rex could deliver. But that comparison can mislead the listener. Bite force is not the only measure of power. A scalpel cuts more than a heavy blunt hammer. A long blade reaches deeper than a thick peg. Giganotosaurus used its long blade with care, opening wounds that could not be quickly closed. Wounds that would bleed across many slow hours. Wounds that would slow even the largest sauropod. The skull itself was relatively light in build, hollowed by openings that reduced its total mass, held in balance by powerful neck muscles below, anchored to vertebrae thick and short for stability. Each bite required a sweep of head and neck, a motion almost like a slow, controlled axe strike. Down and across, opening the prey in long arcs. Across the flank, across the belly, across the leg. Each pass leaving a deep, bleeding, slow wound. The skull's strength lay not in raw bite force, but in the careful geometry of cut and reach. Recent biomechanical studies confirm this picture. Therian and Henderson modeled the bite mechanics. Their work, published 2007, is widely cited. The Giganotosaurus skull was a slicing instrument. Not a crushing hammer, but a long, careful blade. A predator working at the scale of sauropods. A predator built for slow, deliberate, patient kills. Tonight, we sit with that idea quietly. Tonight, halfway through the hour, we pause. Let your breathing settle a little deeper now. Let your jaw relax the way the giant's relaxes. When it is not hunting, when it is only walking. Let the warmth of the Patagonian evening settle over you. Let the sounds of the river soften your thinking. Let the giant move gently across your inner eye. There is no urgency tonight, no chase, no danger, only the slow rhythm of a forgotten apex. Walking through a continent that no human ever saw, in a time when no human existed anywhere. In a time so deep we cannot truly imagine. 99 million years before this night. 99 million years before your sleep. And yet somehow it is here with you now, carried gently by language across the long silence. Now imagine walking alongside the Giganotosaurus, a second giant, slightly smaller but very similar, a close cousin from the same theropod family. Its name is Mapusaurus roseae of Patagonia, discovered in the same Cretaceous rocks of Argentina, described by Coria and Curry in 2006. Slightly later in time, around 96 million years ago, slightly smaller in body, but built the same way, roughly 10 to 12 meters in adult length, roughly 3 tons of average adult body mass, the same shark-toothed jaws, the same slicing teeth, the same hollow skull, the same long balancing tail. But Mapusaurus was found in an unusual way. In a single dense bone bed in central Patagonia, multiple individuals all together in one place, from very young juveniles to old, scarred adults, a whole life cycle of Mapusaurus in one grave. Why did so many die together in one place? Some paleontologists offer a careful explanation. Perhaps these animals lived in family groups. Perhaps they hunted together in coordinated packs. Perhaps a single event killed an entire family. A trapped herd in a drying river, perhaps. A toxic algae bloom in a stagnant lake. A flash flood that swept them all downstream. The evidence does not yet make a final answer, but it suggests these giants were not solitary, that Carcharodontosaurids may have lived in groups, that these southern giants may have hunted together. Tonight, the idea is worth sitting with. Tonight, we imagine the social giant, not the lonely one. Picture a small family walking the floodplain. One large adult, smaller adults, a few juveniles, moving together along the slow Patagonian river, following the herd paths of the local sauropods, listening for the low rumbles of moving herds, listening perhaps to one another as well. In deep frequencies below the range of human ears, impatient calls like distant low thunder, communication that the floodplain barely carried, communication that no fossil can preserve fully, but that the bones in their grouping gently suggest. Some scientists doubt the pack hunting interpretation. They remind us that the bone bed is one snapshot, that its causes are not yet fully understood. That solitary hunting cannot be ruled out. That careful reading is the heart of paleontology. Tonight, we hold both possibilities at once. The solitary giant, slow and patient on the plain, or the small family walking and hunting together. Both are quiet, both are vast, both are forgotten, both are very different from the lone T-Rex of legend. T-Rex, who is usually imagined as a solitary king, though even T-Rex may have lived in family groups. The science of dinosaur behavior is gentle and slow. It revises itself with each careful new bone bed. Tonight, we let those revisions rest quietly. Tonight, we walk with the possible family of giants. A small group moves through the conifer line. Their breaths sound deep, almost ocean-like. Their footfalls press the soft Patagonian mud, each footprint deep enough to hold a small pool. Each pool reflecting the last warm amber light, each puddle becoming a little world of its own. Soon insects will come to drink at the rim. Soon small reptiles will follow the insects. A whole tiny ecosystem inside one footprint. The giants do not notice these tiny worlds. They walk on, looking for the herd they smell. Their nostrils are wide, set far apart on the snout. Their sense of smell is powerful and patient. They can track a wounded sauropod across the plain. For days, if needed, by scent and faint footprint. They can find a herd from kilometers away. By the smell of the trampled broken ferns. By the scent of dung along the river paths. By the lingering musk of the sauropod's skin. Their hearing is more limited by current evidence, but their eyes, set somewhat forward, see depth. They can judge distance for a careful, slow strike. They can read the movement of large, slow prey. They are not blind killers, not fast ambushers. They are patient stalkers, walking the warm plain. Tonight, we walk patiently beside them. Tonight, we breathe with their slow, deep rhythm. How might Giganotosaurus actually have hunted? Paleontologists outline a careful working picture. First, the herd of sauropods is located by scent. Often a herd of Argentinosaurus or Andosaurus. Slow giants browsing the warm Patagonian conifers, or stripping the leafy understory of soft ferns. The Carcharodontosaurids approach quietly downwind. Their mottled skin blends into the dust haze. Their slow walk is almost soundless on soft ground. They watch for a slower, weaker, or younger animal. Perhaps a juvenile, separated from the main herd. Perhaps an old adult, walking just slightly behind. perhaps one limping from an earlier wound or birth. They do not attack the full-grown center adult. Even a Giganotosaurus respects the largest sauropod. A direct charge against a healthy adult is dangerous. A tail swing from Argentinosaurus could break a leg. A broken leg for an apex means slow starvation, so they wait for the herd to weaken. They wait, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. They are not hungry in any human sense. Their slow metabolism allows long, patient waits. They feed perhaps once every several weeks. A single sauropod can feed a small group for long. When the right target is finally identified, they move slowly in a careful flanking spread. One adult presses forward toward the chosen prey. Two others move to the sides, cutting off retreat. A juvenile lingers behind, watching and learning. The target may be a young Limisaurus sauropod, a smaller, mid-sized titanosaur of the region, lighter than Argentinosaurus, easier to wound, but still many times heavier than the giant theropods. The first strike comes from the closest adult. A sweep of the open jaw across the sauropod flank. The blade teeth pass through skin, fat, and muscle, opening a long, deep, slow-bleeding wound. The sauropod bellows, deep and shocked, tries to turn its long body toward the threat. But the second Giganotosaurus moves on the other side. Another slow strike opens another long wound. Each cut measured, each one calm and deliberate. Each cut allowing the wound to keep on bleeding. Each cut chosen to avoid the swinging tail and feet. Tonight, even within the difficult act of hunting, the pacing of these giants stays slow and measured. Nothing here is fast, nothing is dramatic chasing. Only careful, patient, deeply ancient predator work. The sauropod tries to walk back to the central herd. But the central herd cannot help one wounded member. They are too large, too slow, too few. They simply continue on, browsing the conifers. Sauropods, despite their bulk, do not defend each other. They survive instead through sheer mass and slow strength. But an isolated wounded individual cannot fight back. Not against 3 patient Carcharodontosaurids. The wounded sauropod weakens through the night. The Giganotosaurus family stays nearby, waiting. They lie down, partly hidden in the ferns. They watch with slow, calm, intermittent gaze. They do not strike again until morning. In the cool blue hour before sunrise, they rise. One adult walks slowly toward the swaying sauropod. Another long, careful strike opens a deeper wound. The sauropod's legs begin to fold beneath it. It lowers itself gently into the wet floodplain. It does not struggle violently against the end. Its breathing slows, becomes shallow and quiet. The Giganotosaurus family circles, patient even now. They wait for the great chest to finally still. Then they begin the slow work of feeding. A sauropod kill can sustain them for many weeks. Each adult takes long, careful bites of soft hide. Each juvenile waits its turn at the larger meal. Smaller scavengers gather just beyond the family. Small theropods, raptors, pterosaurs, and others, a whole community shares in the slow, ancient meal. A small carcass economy lasting many days. Tonight, we let that scene rest in the distance. Tonight, we do not need to follow the feeding closely. The pacing of predator and prey is older than us. Older than memory, older than narrative or song. And these particular giants are very, very old. 99 million years, give or take a few. Tonight, we let them keep their ancient work, while we, instead, settle further into our breath. Let your awareness drift back to your bedroom. The sheets, the pillow, the soft weight of darkness. Around you, the room is quiet, gently breathing. And inside that quiet, the Patagonian past flickers. A wide, warm floodplain, 99 million years away. A giant walking slowly across that floodplain. Bigger than the famous T-Rex you have heard of. Older than the famous T-Rex by 30 million years. And almost forgotten now in our human present. Tonight, you have walked with this larger ghost. Tonight, you have heard part of its quiet story. But the story is not yet over. The Cenomanian floodplain is not yet emptied. There is more to walk through, more to hear. We have not yet reached the long final hunt. The slow encounter between giants and giants. Between Giganotosaurus and the immense Argentinosaurus, a meeting that shaped the Patagonian ecosystem. A meeting that shaped the Carcharodontosauride line. A meeting we will walk through very soon now. For now, sit with the slow scale of these animals. 12 meters from snout tip to long-tail tip. 7 tons of patient walking living weight. Blade teeth, scaled skin, mottled in dust and amber, eyes set somewhat forward, gentle in their reach. Built for long, quiet hunts across warm plains. Built for slow, patient, deeply ancient predator work. Built for a continent that no human ever crossed. Tonight, we stand quietly at the edge of that work. Tonight, the giants walk back along the warm river. Tonight, the early sun rises behind the conifers. Tonight, the dust haze turns from gray to rose. Tonight, the pterosaurs begin their morning patrol. Long-winged shapes against a soft pink sky. They glide low over the rivers and floodplain pools. They watch for small fish in the shallow water. They watch for insects rising in the warming air. They watch from heights the giants cannot reach. A vertical ecosystem layered above the horizontal one. The pterosaurs hunt their own small daily prey. The small mammals hide deeper in the leaf litter. The lizards emerge to warm against the morning rocks. The cycads and ferns shift gently in the breeze. The conifers drop slow needles onto the moist ground. The floodplain wakes again in ancient slow rhythm, and the giants move into the shadow of the ridge. They settle down beneath the conifers to rest. A sauropod meal days from now will sustain them. A sauropod meal days from now will be remembered as one of the many slow events of life. But for now, the giants close their lidded eyes. Their long flanks rise and fall, slow and deep. Tonight, half this hour has now quietly passed. Now we follow the longest hunt of all. The encounter that paleontology often imagines. When a family of Giganotosaurus meets an Argentinosaurus of the Huincul Formation, one of the largest land animals known to science. 30 to 35 meters from snout to tail. Roughly the length of 3 city buses in a line. 60 to 70 tons of soft and bone biomass. Some estimates push higher, perhaps 80 or more. A creature so heavy it bends the wet floodplain. A femur bone alone, 1.5 meters. Long-necked, long-tailed, slow, immense. A walking mountain of muscle and resilient bone. A grazer of the highest soft conifer crowns. A creature that lives mostly in slow safety. Almost too large for any predator to consider. Almost, but not quite, beyond the giant's reach. Picture the herd moving through the dusty plain. 20 or 30 Argentinosaurus walking together. Adults at the center, juveniles in the middle. Older subadults at the front and the rear. Their long necks rise and fall in slow waves. Their long tails sweep aside the floodplain grasses. Their footfalls register as low, ground-felt rumbles, carried far across the warm Patagonian air. Carried perhaps into the resting Carcharodontosaurids. A small family of Giganotosaurus is nearby tonight. 3 adults, 2 subadults, 1 young juvenile. They have not hunted for almost 2 weeks. They smell the herd from many kilometers away. They rise slowly from beneath the cool conifers. They stretch their long necks, work their jaws. They begin to walk in patient, careful spread toward the long line of moving sauropod backs. They will not attack the central adult herd. That choice would mean broken bones, perhaps death. Instead, they target the rear of the long column, where a single young Argentinosaurus walks behind. Perhaps the youngest is 20 meters in length, roughly the length of 2 large city buses. Perhaps 30 tons of younger, softer biomass. Still impossibly large by any human measure, but smaller, weaker, slower than the adults ahead. The Giganotosaurus family approaches slowly downwind. Their mottled hides match the dust haze and the ferns. Their footfalls are softened by the loose alluvial soil. The young Argentinosaurus does not see them yet. It walks slowly behind its larger relatives. Its long neck moves with the rest of the herd. Its slow tail sweeps the ferns to either side. One Giganotosaurus quickens its careful approach. It moves to the side of the young sauropod. At the edge of the long, swinging, defensive tail, it times its approach with the tail's slow swing. It steps in just behind the falling tail tip. It rears its head, opens its long blade jaws, and sweeps across the soft side of the rear leg. The blade teeth pass through scaled hide and fat. A long, deep wound opens in the rear thigh muscle. The young Argentinosaurus bellows in low confusion. Its herd does not turn to defend or look back. They simply continue their slow forward walk. Sauropods, even mothers, do not turn for the wounded. The young one is now alone, behind the column. Two more Giganotosaurus move into careful position, one on each side, just out of tail strike range. Each takes a long, slow strike. On the second pass, each opens another deep, slow, bleeding wound. The young sauropod tries to swing its long neck, tries to face one giant, then face another. But the family is patient, watching and waiting. They strike, then step back, then circle again. They never approach within reach of head or tail. They wait for the wounds to do their slow work. The young Argentinosaurus weakens through the day. Its breathing grows shallow, its eyes grow dim. It tries, slowly, to lie down, then to rise. It tries to walk forward again, but falls. Its body settles into the soft Patagonian mud. The Giganotosaurus family is patient even now. They do not rush. They do not press the kill. They simply wait just at the edge of the body. They watch the chest rise, then rise less, then still. They wait for the long final breath to leave. Then they begin the slow work of feeding gently. Tonight, the violence is muted in the distance. Tonight, we do not stand close to the kill. Tonight, we stand far back in the warm conifers. We see only the shapes against the dusk light. The giants lowered to the ground in slow rest. The herd, far ahead, continuing in its quiet walk. The plain itself, vast and warm and patient. A sauropod kill can feed the family for weeks. Smaller scavengers come in slow, careful waves. Small theropods, raptors, and others. A whole community is fed by one long, slow meal. This is the rhythm of the Patagonian ecosystem. A rhythm shaped by the largest land predators here. Shaped by the Carcharodontosaurids, the shark-toothed cousins of Giganotosaurus and Mapusaurus and their relatives. A rhythm that continues for several million years more, but not in the end for very many millions more. Because Patagonia, even here, is slowly changing. The climate is drying, the floodplains are shifting. The sauropod herds are growing smaller in number. The giant theropods begin to find them less often. Their family groups grow smaller as the centuries pass. Their hunts grow longer, hungrier, less rewarding. By around 94 million years ago, they fade. Giganotosaurus carolinii leaves the fossil record. Mapusaurus persists slightly longer, but also fades. The Carcharodontosaurids slowly disappear from Patagonia, not in a single catastrophe, not in a single year, simply in a slow tapering off of the giant line. A new family of theropods would soon rise. Shorter snouts, smaller skulls, different hunting style, a different apex for a different Patagonian world. And eventually, in North America, the famous T-Rex, the king who never met the southern giants. Separated by ocean and by 30 million years. The two great theropods of the public imagination. One remembered loudly, one largely forgotten quietly. Both giants of their own continents and their own ages. Both built for slow, patient apex work. Both deserving of our quiet attention tonight. But this hour is for the older, larger one. The one who walked here 99 million years ago. In a continent that no human eye ever saw. In a time before T-Rex was even a possibility. In a place that no longer exists in this form. Patagonia today is cooler, drier, more open. The Andes have risen along the western edge. The conifers and ferns of the Cretaceous are gone. Their descendants persist, but in different forms. The sauropods are gone, the great theropods are gone. The pterosaurs are gone, the river giants are gone. Only their fossils remain in the dry hills now. Only their bones in the museums of Plaza Huincul, in the dusty fossil collections of Buenos Aires, in the careful labs of the University of La Plata, in the journal pages of paleontologists worldwide. Only there does Giganotosaurus still slowly walk. Only there does the larger forgotten king persist. And only in the imaginations of slow listeners. Only in the gentle attention you give it tonight. Tonight you have walked with the older giant. Tonight you have walked with the larger ghost. Tonight you have walked through Patagonia long gone. Tonight you have walked beyond the famous T-Rex. Into the deeper, quieter world that came first. Tyrannosaurus rex came later than this giant. Tyrannosaurus rex lived in a younger world. Tyrannosaurus rex walked the forests of Montana. Almost everyone today remembers Tyrannosaurus rex. But Giganotosaurus is older, larger, and forgotten. Giganotosaurus walked here before the king was born. Giganotosaurus walked here in a different continent. Giganotosaurus walked here in a different long age. Tonight, the forgotten one is here with us. Tonight, the older champion walks beside the bed, walking slowly through a warm Patagonian floodplain. 99 million years before this quiet night. For the length of one quiet sleep documentary. For the length of one slow turning of the hour. Sometimes the older champion is the one we never knew. Sometimes the larger one is the quietest one. Sometimes the forgotten one is the most patient. Sometimes the deeper memory is the gentlest of all. Tonight you walked with that gentler memory. Tonight, you walked with the older, quieter king. Tonight, the famous became, for a while, the unknown. Tonight, the unknown became, for a while, our companion. Tonight, in your slow breath, both giants rested. Tonight, the long forgotten was remembered again.